schools, comprising also middle schools.
And how many students are in each class?
So in each classroom it depends, but maximum there are 25 students in each classroom. Yes, 25 students. Yes.
Why?
But then have to go 25 students, but obviously there are schools where the community is much smaller, so the classes are smaller. For example, Gozo, because we cater also for Gozo as well. And so the schools in Gozo are much smaller. For example, there are classes of 8 students only. There are schools hosting around 20 students in all, comprising 6 years of primary schools, we're talking about, and 2 years of kindergarten education. So yes, in Gozo there are very smaller schools, but generally, on average, we're dealing about 20-25 students in each classroom. Yes.
How can a teacher manage the youth parcel in class?
That's one of the challenges, and I'm going to talk about it in our education system. The teacher has to be very flexible. She has to cater for the curricular aspects and also for the well-being of the students, interaction, and so on. So it's very challenging. But then, for example, in the primary education sector, we've got the repetitive teachers. For example, PE teachers, art teachers, music teachers, PSCD teachers, and those teachers, for example, they take out the children for a certain period of time. They take them into the classroom, they go to another room, and they teach them that subject. So the teacher has a respite with an inverted commas moment, okay?
It's like Colombia, we must be on a spice.
Yes, when the students are with another teacher. But yes, for example, primary education is very stressful sometimes. Yes, it's very challenging. It is.
The students can choose what they want to learn, or these only dance
So, at primary level, no. At primary level, there is a curriculum. There are the various subjects, and they are compulsory. So to say. So, for example, they've got Maltese and English, obviously. They've got maths. Then they can choose religion or ethics. The parents can choose on their behalf. And they've got social studies. And they've got the repetitive subjects, art, PE, music, science, but those are compulsory. Then, at middle school stage and secondary stage, then they can choose certain subjects, like for example, the foreign languages. They can choose either French, Italian, German, they can choose a language in year 7, at the end of year 6, and then to learn in year 7, and then another one in year 9. If they wish. So otherwise, they can choose another subject, for example, a science subject, biology, chemistry, whatever, or accounts, or another subject. Those they can choose them. But and European studies, for example, it's upon their choice. But otherwise, no. Otherwise, certain subjects are compulsory. Yes. So yes. It's one of the challenges that we face, apart from the fact that the teacher spends most of the time with the children and is expected because he or she needs to cater for all the needs of the children. Then we also face the other challenge, which is multiculturalism. As you could see in Malta, we've got many people coming from different countries. We have to cater for different cultures, different languages, and that is at times, yes, that is quite challenging for the teacher as well. Yes. So, the education system, obviously I spoke about the ministry part of the Ministry for Education, Sport, Youth, Research and Innovation. It is responsible for the provision of education in Malta. Okay, education as a whole. But first, with regards to schools, it is responsible only for the state schools, obviously, because the church schools are obviously the churches is responsible for the church schools, and the independent schools are run by individuals and by parents. So, the Directorate for Quality and Standards in Education is one of the directorates in the ministry, ensures quality education for the students. Okay?
Does mean education here is free? It's not only free.
Yes, public education is free, but then parents can choose to send their children to church schools, and it is against the donation, or else to independent schools where they have to pay. Okay, but state school education, yes, it is free. It is free until 16 years of age, and then they've got the stipend system if they wish to proceed to tertiary education. So, division. The education policy is based on 2 main premises: equity and quality. Okay, this one also part of our national education strategy. The This commitment is a principal inclusive policy in all levels of education. In fact, we try to promote inclusion as much as possible. Okay, we've got also learning support educators in the primary and in the middle and secondary schools who support children with special needs, but they are still included within the mainstream class. Okay? And the provision of free education from kindergarten, in fact, to tertiary education. Yes.